Hey everybody, so I'm just going to show you how to get or what you need to know about your Phoenix oyster kit this month. Thanks for your patience in getting it to your house. It's been a pretty stressful month trying to get things back on track, but hopefully we are there. Ivan or myself will explain to you there's just a little bit of growing left that needs to get done on your kit. If you picked it up Thursday or if you're picking it up Saturday. And I'll show you what to look for that first, and then show you how to fruit it once it's all ready. So here it is. We've got our Phoenix oyster kit. As I mentioned, there's a little bit of colonizing left to do at the bottom, so you can kind of see this difference in color. The white is the mycelium growing throughout the bag. So you can actually mark that off and kind of watch it grow. Make sure it's continuing to grow. All you're going to do is store your block at room temperature. I would suspect that by about Tuesday, it should be fully colonized. So unlike fruiting where we want to actually cool it down a little bit, room temperature should be perfect. Right now that's probably about 25 degrees, 20 to 25. So you can kind of see here a little bit of difference of growth. There's a few points of inoculation, like right here, there's a white spot, so it'll continue to grow out of there. It slowed down a little bit because of the intense heat we had last week, and I think that kind of set it back just slightly, so I think that's why they're not quite ready yet. But I suspect that by Tuesday, if it's at room temperature, they'll be ready to go. So unlike shiitake, we're actually keeping the mushroom block inside the bag. The bag is going to protect it. It's going to keep moisture trapped in. It's going to protect it from contaminants in the air. So once it's finished colonizing, so again, about Tuesday, what you're going to do is grab a sharp blade, and you're actually going to mist it with some sort of rubbing alcohol or something to kind of sterilize your blade. Rubbing alcohol is probably something that most people have on hand. Okay, so just give it a little spray. Oops. We're gonna let that evaporate for a second. And first what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna cut a slit at the top of the bag. The reason I'm doing it at the top is I'm gonna fold this airspace over now, because I don't want mushrooms to grow in this airspace because they will not be nice. There's not enough air exchange happening here. This is just necessary when the mushroom or the mycelium is incubating. So I'm gonna fold this top over like this. Either way, it doesn't really matter. So again, I'm showing you on a kit that is not fully colonized, but I would like you guys to wait until you see at least the majority of the bottom half colonized by mycelium, because I know that there's a few that are still not fully colonized. And what you're going to do is slit from the top corner. Try not to dig too deep into your block. Okay, across. You can lift it up slightly, but try not to open it up too much. It's actually still protecting it from contaminants and all that kind of thing. The mushrooms are going to detect the air, the oxygen you just introduced to the bag. And once you're, like I said, stored at room temperature, once it detects that change in temperature as well, and it's fully grown, it's going to have enough energy to produce fruit. So after you've cut your block open, you would expect to have fruit within 1 to 2 weeks. Keep that flap folded down. If you want to have side growing mushrooms, like we like to fruit ours, so the block is folded and it almost looks like a flower coming up the top. If you wanted side or shelf-like mushrooms, what you want to do is tape this block back so that the mushrooms don't want to grow in through that airspace. Tape the flap back so that it's not giving an environment for them to grow up there, or even push it right against the wall. That's what we do sometimes, push it up against the wall so that there's no extra space. And that's it. So I don't have any brown oyster or Italian oyster to show you right now when to harvest, but of course that will be a follow-up video so that that you guys feel comfortable with that. It is a different mushroom than blue oyster. It's a lot lighter and almost crisps up like a mushroom bacon. So as well, the time for harvest is slightly different too. You actually wait for this one for the caps to unfurl. So I will follow up with a video or at least some great high quality photos when that time comes.